Hi guys, this is Kristen from Naday Designs. Today I want to show you how to make these cute little bow ties. I love these bow ties. I love to make them smaller for younger kids, for babies. They're great baby gifts. You'll be able to see one of my baskets that I make for new moms, and I always include one of these that's coordinating with everything else. You're going to start by cutting out 2 rectangles out of your fabric. I'm making this for an older child, so about 4 to 8 years old. I have cut out a 10-inch by 6-inch, so 6-inch by 10-inch rectangle, and a 2-inch by 3-inch rectangle. So this is going to be for your main bow. This is going to be the part that holds it together. Take this with the right sides together, turn it over and pin it. You don't need to press it because we are going to turn it a different way. So we're going to pin it. We want to keep these edges flush. It's just a really good habit to get into. And it will ensure that your bow is not lopsided. Okay, so now you can go to your machine. You can sew a straight stitch down here with a 1/2-inch seam allowance. So I've turned it inside out. Now we're going to press it, iron it down this way. So we want to make sure the seam is up at the top here, and we will iron it this way because we are going to fold this in and have our bow tie at the front. So we want to be able to hide this seam. It's pressed now. We're going to put these edges together with the seam out. And then we're going to sew this edge with a 1/2-inch seam allowance, and you can sew it a couple times just so it's nice and strong, but it should be good. It's not going to get a lot of wear. Or I have sewn my seam, I've cut it, so it's pretty close. Now we're gonna flip it over, and you can press these edges flat. And then I'm going to start folding. I like to fold kind of accordion style, or what you would do for a fan, but this is personal preference, so you can do whatever you think looks best for the bow that you are making and for the fabric that you're using and the size that you're doing. This is a pretty average size. Now we're going to do your tie. How I do this is I don't actually sew this piece. So I usually pull it over and then I press this edge, this little edge as well here, so that the raw edge is inside. And then I fold this over again and press it like that. Now the size you're using is going to depend on your bow. So now this is finished. I have pressed it, and here's what it looks like from the inside. So this part is folded over to the raw edge here, then this one is folded over and we fold it again. Now I have my bow here. I like to take this and put it around the middle of my bow. Now you're going to want to look and make sure that that's where you want it. And then you can pin this together because we're going to go over and sew this. So you're going to want to pin it as close to the fabric as you can, as close to the bow as you can there. And this is a little tricky. It's a little tricky to get the pin in, but there it is. And now you head over to your sewing machine and sew a straight stitch along here to secure it. Now you're going to want it to be as close to the bow as you can, but it doesn't have to be super tight because if you've pulled it tight enough here, then it will loosen up just a little bit, and that's okay because this is actually a little bit tight right now. So once you sew it, it will loosen up a little bit, but do get it as close as you can to this edge. Okay, so I've sewn this. Now I'm going to take it and cut it really close to the edge. And then we're going to, then we'll pull this back over, straighten it out a little bit, make sure that it's exactly how you want it. And there you have it. So now you can take a clip to make a clip-on bow. These are found online or at Michael's. They're just basically little hair clips. You can also get the ones that are specifically for a bow tie, so it's going to make it a little bit more professional looking. But for now, you would just glue inside, slide this in, and there you go. Now alternately, you can slide in either an elastic or make a band to go around for maybe a dog bow or for a child's first birthday shoot or something where they won't be wearing clothes. That works as well. So here's our finished little bow tie. I absolutely love it. I love the clip. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. It is super fun and super easy. Please send your pictures or all of the projects that you've done to me or post them on my page. I'd love to see what you've been up to.